ice left here on February the 14th. Bearscott Stadium, a dramatic shift. I'm going to film what the field looks like over here. Just a little left on the courts. And a little bit down here. Bearscott. A little bit left here. Here on Saturday, February 14th. And wanted to wish a happy birthday to Darth. Will like this one. Former Padre and Giant pitcher, lefty pitcher, Dave Gervecki, 70 today. I wrote Mr. Gervecki one time as a kid, and he wrote me back with an autographed card. Pretty cool. Also, some NFL birthdays today. We have 3 quarterbacks. Jim Kelly, former Buffalo Bills quarterback, University of Miami, played in the USFL. Still the only quarterback to start in 4 consecutive Super Bowls. Happy 66th to Jim Kelly. And then we have turning 54, Mr. Drew Bledsoe, who helped the New England Patriots to Super Bowl 36. Helped them win that AFC Championship game over the Steelers. And also Steve McNair, rest in peace, born today in 1973. Steve McNair started in Super Bowl 34 for the Titans. And then a couple of famous college basketball players. Tyus Edney, anyone who remember him from UCLA Bruins on the 1995 team. They won the championship. Point guard, 5'10", had the game-winning basket to win that championship game over Arkansas. Was going for the repeat. UCLA won 53 today, Tyus Edney. And then here's one UConn will like. Happy birthday, Richard Rip Hamilton, 48 today. UConn great. His number 32 hangs in the rafters, retired there at UConn. Got the nickname Rip from tearing at his diapers as an infant. Played for the Wizards and a couple other teams in the NBA. Long career. This is the Bearscott Stadium back path. Nice and dried up now, mostly. Today's water temperature at the beach area is 36.0. Eclipsing the record of 37.0 set in 2014. So we have another record low today. This is like 10 consecutive days of record lows. The record high for February the 14th, it was increasing in 2020. It was up to 48.4 that day. My goodness gracious. All right, this time next year we will be getting ready for Super Bowl 61. It's going to be on the 14th of February for the first time ever. Isn't that exciting? I feel a little spring in the air, boys. It's amazing. Teeny bit of snow left here on this trail. Last night's feature presentation was one of our must-watches for this Omen season. Got to give UConn a lot of credit for watching 2 Friday the 13th films last night. Part 6 and then part 2. Kind of an interesting segue, but I love it. Way to honor Jason Voorhees And last night's feature presentation was Friday the 13th, the final chapter, 1984. I will also accept Friday the 13th Part 4, as it sometimes goes by that name. This one directed by Joseph Zito, probably the best director in Friday the 13th history. Starring the Jarvis family. Kimberly Beck plays Trish Jarvis, and it is our last girl in this one. She was in Massacre at Central High in 1976. This is one that might be tonight's feature presentation. This is very intriguing to me. I've never seen it. It's got Robert Carradine in it and is a cult movie. Look at all this, guys. Snow's still hanging around back here. Also, we had Joan Freeman as the mother, Mrs. Jarvis. She doesn't have a first name. And this, just Mrs. Jarvis. She still with us today, like 84 years old. She was in Panic in the Year Zero, 1962, with Ray Milland. I think I saw that movie this year, or last year, this year in movie watching. Panic in the Year Zero. I don't remember her in it. And then Corey Feldman as Tommy, the first portrayal of 3 Tommy Jarvis portrayals. And Corey Feldman does a fantastic job as Tommy Jarvis. And the first time I saw this film, I was certain that in Part 5, Tommy Jarvis would be the new killer. I think a lot of people were too. But that was the intention of the director. That's not what happened. All right, so we also have Eric Anderson as Rob Deere, the brother of Sandra from Part 2, which Yukon watched last night. The bouncy, bubbly girl, Sandra, Part 2. Rob Deere, just a real lovable character in this. Lisa Freeman. We have a couple of Back to the Future actors in this one. Lisa Freeman is Nurse Morgan. She's one of the. I think she's the first kill. The first or second kill of Jason in this film. Lisa Freeman. She was one of the friends of Lorraine Baines McFly. And Back to the Future and Back to the Future Part 2. And then we also have Bruce Mahler as the main mortician guy, who's really funny. Bruce Mahler plays Axel. It's just a great cast. The kids next door are played by Barbara Howard, who plays Sarah, the virginal girl. Judy Aronson, the one who almost got hypothermia in the raft scene when they filmed it. It was like 20 degrees outside. Plays Samantha. She was in Weird Science, the movie that Casey Chiefs called a classic B-movie comedy of the 80s. Multi-million-dollar budget, John Hughes directed, a B film. So she's in this. She could be the most attractive actress in the whole franchise, Judy Aronson. Alan Hayes. It's actually Clyde Hayes, but he goes by the name Alan Hayes. Plays Paul, her boyfriend. He's the most forgettable character in this. Not much of an actor. Did mostly directing. And he was in The Bold and the Beautiful for a while. Like 60 episodes. And another soap opera star, Peter Barton. in this, plays Doug. He's really good. He was in Hell Night before in 1981 with Linda Blair, and he didn't like it. And when he was offered this role to be in Friday the 13th, the final chapter, he didn't want to do it, but he was convinced by a co-actress in a TV show at the time named Amy Steele, who was Jenny in part 2, and she convinced him to go ahead and take the role, and he did. That's Peter Barton. And we have Lawrence Monason as Ted. So they brought the Ted name back. Ted was in part 2. There's a different Ted, of course, but Lawrence Monason is the jokester like Ted in part 2. And of course, he was Gary in Last American Virgin, 1982. Crispin Glover is our other Back to the Future character. Of course, was George McFly. Part 1. Crispin Glover is Jimmy in this, doing the famous dance scene. The two twins that they meet, kind of forgettable. I don't really like them very much, but Tina and Terry are played by real-life twins, Camila and Carrie Moore. I think they're English actresses. They're Australian. I've seen them in interviews. They have an accent. And then Frankie Hill is in the very beginning of this. Is one of the paramedics who puts Jason on the little slab after they take him out from inside the barn where he died in part 3. Love the continuity, by the way, especially at the beginning. Syncing up part 3. The quick little shot in the hospital morgue place where it looks like parents from part 3 characters being consoled and crying. Love that continuity. Great job by Joseph Zito. But Frankie Hill, it's an actress. She was in one of our January season must-watches, War Games, 1983. Then we also have Bonnie Hellman, the hitchhiker, with the banana, killed by Jason. I think it's the 3rd kill of Jason. Yeah, Bonnie Hellman. No lines in the film, but she took the role anyway. Last but not least, Ted White is Jason Voorhees. My favorite Jason Voorhees actor in the entire franchise. Such a great casting decision to bring in an older, grizzled film veteran, one of the great stuntmen of all time. He was like 60 years old when he did this, and it's just a great job. He just came to work, did an excellent job, stayed in character, stayed away from the crew, from the cast, stuck up for cast who were being mistreated. Ted White, excellent portrayal of Jason Voorhees in this. And then we also have archive footage, actors who are credited in this from parts 1, 2, and 3. So everyone from like Betsy Palmer, John Fury, Adrian King, Amy Steele, Dana Kimmel, Paul Kratka, Walt Gorney, Crazy Ralph, all appear. Lauren Marie Taylor. So many, this is one of the best intro scenes in the Friday the 13th. Showing so many little clips from parts 1 and 3 and done very, very well, very quick. This is probably the best Friday the 13th film. No question. Yeah, it's just so well done. Excellent film. Last night's feature presentation. Friday the 13th, the final chapter, 1984. And once again, you Halloween fans, you Michael Myers fans, you can't watch Halloween 1978 and tell me that it's better than Friday the 13th, the final chapter. I dare you. All right. So I'm thinking tonight's feature presentation will be, we have 3 weeks to go in Omen season, 3 weeks to go in the year of movie watching. And we have 2 must-watches to go. Omen 3, 1981, and Omen 4, 1991. 3 weeks to cover those 2 must-watches. I told you, it's kind of a long season. Started off with like 9 must-watches. We're down to 2. All right, boys. People out walking today. Bearscott Stadium track. Trails. Tonight's feature presentation, I'm kind of feeling like Massacre at Central High, 1976, or Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, 1985. Or maybe Saturday the 14th, 1981. Either a one for all the marbles, or I'll just pick it. All right, boys. All right, remember how much ice was here last Saturday, and then even on Monday? Look at that, all clear. See you guys tonight.